I wanted to be a dolphin trainer and work at SeaWorld. That's right, nursing was not my first career choice. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Nurse Katherine here. I realized I have never posted in the last 4 years of having this YouTube channel why I chose nursing as my career choice and my heart behind nursing and what events led up to keeping me going through nursing school, which can get a little sappy, I will say, so you'll hear that story today. But in today's video, I want to talk about my nursing school journey slash nursing career journey, what led me to where I am right now. I am sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly of what has gotten me to where I am right now. This video will give you a little bit of a glimpse into my personal life along with my nursing career life. So without further ado, let's get started. I was born into a family where medical talk was dinner time table talk. My grandpa, he was my step grandpa, he was a dermatologist and retired very, very young from that. My mom and her identical twin sister are both registered nurses and went to RN school together. My sister is a social worker. My one cousin is an RN, prior LPN. My other cousin is a speech pathologist. My stepsister is an RN. The list, I feel like, just keeps going and going and going. You could say I come from a family of very caring people in that way. My mom worked at a nursing home, so I grew up going into the nursing home, volunteering pretty regularly or going to visit her on weekends, and I just kind of grew up in the healthcare environment. It's kind of all I knew. I grew up with my mom. My dad was there, but I didn't live with him, and he was a salesman. So I knew what he did, but it's not like he really shared much about what he did with me. So I really only knew nursing. Now, like I said, I wanted to be a dolphin trainer. It was to the point where I even had a dolphin mural on my wall growing up. It was an under the sea mural and it had dolphins all over it, and I had this dream of being a dolphin trainer at SeaWorld. Kind of ridiculous, I know. But as I grew older, I kind of realized that that was not going to happen, and I researched statistics about what I needed to do and how I could get a job in that field and all of that, and it was just like, okay, this probably is not going to work out. So still in high school at this point, and my dad gets very sick. He was an alcoholic, and he truly drank his liver to death. So he was in liver failure. A lot of you will know it as cirrhosis. So I saw that progressing throughout high school, and I was like, okay, this is something I am pretty interested in. Treating patients with chronic diseases, all that type of stuff. So then I was like, okay, nursing it is. Now, I didn't want to treat adults. I wanted to be a pediatric oncology nurse when I graduated high school. Now let's keep fast forwarding a little bit more. I graduate high school, I go to my first semester of nursing or of college. Nursing school is prereqs for nursing school. Moved away, moved to North Carolina, Greenville, North Carolina, and went to Pitt Community College there and was hoping to transfer to East Carolina University. So I spent 2 semesters down in North Carolina thinking, okay, I'm gonna get into nursing school and I wanna be a pediatric oncology nurse. Well, my dad's health kept getting worse and worse and worse. So that opened my eyes to addiction medicine and treating patients with addictions, and I really was interested in the psychological effects of addiction and all of that, but it still wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do in nursing at that point. Then I was like, okay, maybe not pediatric oncology. So my second semester of nursing school down in North Carolina, I realized I had to move home. My dad had 6 months to live at that point. So I got into a nursing program back here, or back in Pennsylvania, and started that program. At this point, I knew nursing was like meant for me. Like, I knew that this was the right career path. I might not have fully known that in high school, but as I was in school and as I was learning, I was like, oh, this is wonderful. There are so many options in nursing that you can go into. So here we go. It's my first semester of my nursing program. It was actually like my true nursing program. It was a 2-year diploma program. Now this is getting into my nursing school journey, and bear with me in this story because it might get a little confusing, but it will help you understand what steps I have made so far in my career and why I've done that. So like I said, my dad was an alcoholic at the time. He was sober at the time. He knew he needed a liver transplant. So I'm in my first semester of nursing school, and one girl and I, we cheered together in high school, and her and I were still very, very good friends. We were best friends at that time. I think I was at home and I got a call from her that her cousin, Landon, which was a friend of mine from high school, him and I graduated together, fell down a flight of steps when he was in Philadelphia at the time. So Landon was on life support at this point. He was 19 years old when he was placed on life support. And Morgan and him were cousins, and Morgan and I were best friends, and then Landon and I graduated with each other in high school. So he was placed on life support. I'm there supporting her family. I brought them all breakfast one morning, and just to kind of get my mind off it and give them their space, my mom decided, hey, let's go to the dog park. Let's bring our dog there, kind of get out, relax. So my mom and I park on the street, and we're about to get out of the car to go to the dog park, and I get a call from Morgan's mom. Hey, Landon's family wants to donate his liver to your dad. So now I'm a hysterical mess, like bawling my eyes out, can't even talk. But if you know anything about transplants, transplants are very, very hard to come by. It's not just blood type that has to match. There's a lot more that goes into it. So Landon was being taken off life support, and someone came in, I believe it was probably Gift of Life organization who runs organ donation in Pennsylvania. I believe it was them, asked if they knew if anyone needed a organ. And Landon's grandma, which I knew her very well from being friends with Morgan and that whole family, was like, yes, this man in this same town where we all live. I had to be the one to call my dad as I'm sitting there at the dog park, and I don't even think I could get the words to call him, so my mom had to call him. And reminder, my parents are divorced. They divorced when I was 2 years old. So my mom called him. I believe she was the one who really said it and was like, hey, this is what Landon's family wants to do, and they want to donate his liver to you. And then the whole process started of, okay, is this gonna be a match? All said and done, we were driving to Philadelphia that night, which is where my dad's hospital was, and Landon was in a hospital in Philly, and my dad received Landon's liver. Now I tell you this story because after that point, I wanted to work with liver transplant patients. That was my dream, that was my goal after that point. And this is part of my nursing journey, really, and my nursing school journey. At that moment, I still was not saved. I was not a believer at that point. That was in September of 2013? Yes, September of 2013 is when the transplant happened, and or September of 2013, and I was saved in November of 2013. I could clearly see God's hand in all of that and his working in all of that. I just didn't know him at the time. He didn't save me yet. I was not saved. That story has led me on to where I am, or where I have been in my nursing career. I am so thankful that I have been able to work with transplant patients since graduating. I'm thankful that I've been able to work with med-surg patients, which Some of them have had transplants. I am just so thankful for every opportunity that I have been exposed to, that the Lord has provided for me. Really, that's about it for today. That's all I kind of want to go into today. If you have any questions, please comment below. If my story kind of resonates with you a little bit, I would love to hear from you, and you can private message me or you can just comment below, and I would love to have more discussions with you all. 4 years later, this video is finally coming out. Thank you all for watching, and make sure you are subscribed to my channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell. Other than that, that is it for today. I will see you all in this weekend's video, and have a wonderful day. See ya.